Hey Craftiana, so today I'll be showing you a few simple things on how to create a name in Cricut Design Space. Okay, so first I'm going to teach you how to create a regular name, how to do an offset and layer it, how to cut out and slice your offset, and how to layer it on the heart. I don't know if you can see that really well if the light is bright, but let's get right into it. Let's head over to Cricut Design Space. Okay, so we got a blank canvas in Cricut Design Space, and we're going to start off with the regular name, just a single layer decal. We're going to click on text on the left hand side. Then I'm going to come up here to this little section. I'm going to click on the fonts, and I'm going to find a font. Now, usually I spend a whole bunch of time trying to find a font I like, but this time I'm just going to click on Vala, and we're going to just use that for demonstration purposes. But it is a cute font anyhow, but that's where you'll find your font. Then I'm going to go over here to combine, and I'm going to click on Unite. Unite just locks all these letters in place, so when you go over here to the right hand side and click make it, all those letters stay in place and don't get jumbled up. Now this highlighted portion, this is your mat layout, and that shows you how many mats you working with. Now we're going to make sure we have vinyl where our mat is telling us to have it. Wherever that name decal is on that mat, we need to make sure we have vinyl on there. So I'm going to click next. I'm going to click on premium vinyl. That's the vinyl type. Make sure you're choosing the correct type of vinyl that you're using. Craftiana is so important. So now we have our mat, and it's time to load it up. I'm placing my vinyl down, and I'm making sure I press this and make sure it's nice and flush and smooth. Okay, we don't want to have no lumps, no crumps, no crinkle. Okay, I know your baby daddy like lumps and crumps and wrinkle. We don't want none of that. Okay, now we're gonna have our Cricut cut out that machine, our vinyl, and then after that we unload our mat and we just weed it out. I'm just cutting out the little name portion because we can use that rest of that vinyl for something else. Now I'm just weeding out the decals, the inside, and that's pretty much it. I'm putting it on my transfer tape, and I'm just gonna rub and burnish that on. Now you can put this vinyl on any smooth surfaces. I'm just showing you how to design it. Basically, vinyl can go on any smooth surfaces. Now this is how you get one single layer. You see that branch, one single layer. Now let's go back and do an offset. So we're going to go back to Cricut Design Space where it says branch. Click on that little pin in that corner, and we're going to go down and we're going to click on offset. Now I'm going to adjust this little toggle button, and I'm going to play with the size. Now your size is how big or how small you want it. You will see the outline around the name, and I'm just going to click on any size, and I'm going to press apply. As you can see, when you press apply, a shadow comes in the background. Now I have two layers, so I'm going over here to the layers panel. I'm going to click on the offset, and I'm going to change the color to match the color of the material that I'm using. I'm using pink, and then I'm going to click on that other one, and the bold blackness, I'm going to change that to yellow because that's just giving me a visual of what my my project will look like. Then I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to click on text, and I'm going to go back to this little pen thing, and I'm going to scroll down and press offset. But this time we're not going to leave that offset. We're going to slice it out. We're going to create an outline. Okay, Craftiana, so it's not going to be a background. We're going to go on the outline. So we did that offset. Again, we have that gray background. I'm going to make sure I highlight both of these layers, that branch and that background, and I'm going to go over here down to the bottom right corner. I'm going to click on slice. Now slicing it just removes the negative space between there. So I pull that first layer out. As you can see, it's the shadow, the outline of it. Then I have branch, the first original decal. I have this third layer, creates three layers, and I'm going to delete that gray branch. Okay, I just need these two layers. I'm left with the main name and the outline of the name. Once again, I'm going to go over here to this layer panel, click on which one I want, and I'm just going to change the colors again to match the color of my vinyl, the material that I'm using. Now we could continue. I make it, and now this is giving us our mat preview. Over here on the left hand side, you can see we have two mats. It's going to cut it by color. So the first mat, number one, that's where we're going to put our pink vinyl on. It's going to cut out the pink layers first, then it's going to cut out that yellow layer. Now you want to make sure you choose your correct material, and you pop it in your Cricut and let that cut out. I'm loading up my mat, I had to cut it out, and I'm going to go in, and after that cuts out, I'm going to replace it with my pink. Now I cut out all my vinyl, and now weeding this, I did pick the wrong material for this pink vinyl, and as you can see, I'm struggling to get these little letters out. Now Craftiana, I could have recut this out on the right settings, but I'm going to show you my struggle on how it's important to make sure you pick the right settings, because I'm over here fighting for my life. This should be easy to come out. It shouldn't be struggling like this. So I'm over here ripping this out and making sure I don't rip what I need there. I'm just taking it out. This is my outline layer. And baby, we over here tussling and fussling and fumbling. But you know, we gonna get it done. We gonna get it done. So this is why it's so important to make sure you're clicking the right settings or do a double cut. Okay, I'm cutting out now. I'm about to weed out my yellow portions, and you see how smoothly this is going because it was on the right settings for Athiana. Okay, if you're doing a big project, so to layer this, I'm going to do the offset layer first. So I'm going to place my vinyl down face first on my transfer tape, and I'm going to burnish the back, and I'm just going to line that up, center it as best as I can. Then I'm going to rub that on, and I'm going to rub both of them on. So now this time for the outline layer, I go in with the main portion of the name first, then I go with the outline. I lay that down on whatever surface I'm using, and then I go in the outline and I try to line that up best as possible, okay? It can get tricky sometimes, as you can see. That was for me ripping it, so I got to lay that down. So I'm just sitting here and aligning it to the best of my ability, and bam, we have that good old outline on there. So the first one is an offset, the second one is an outline. Now we're back to Design Space. I'm going to delete that, and we're going to stick to this branch. This time I'm going to show you how to layer it on top of a little like shape, like a heart or something. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click on images. I'm not shapes. I'm going to go down to images, go to images branch. So I'm clicking on images. I'm just going to find something simple just to do real quick. Oh, I like this heart. You know, I love me a heart. So I'm going to click on this heart, and I'm going to close that up, and then I'm just going to size this down or whatever, just a little bit. I don't want it that big. I'm just doing an example, okay? And I want to change the colors to pink because I want that in my pink vinyl, Craftiana. Excuse me. So I'm just adjusting that size. Then I'm going to hover my name branch over it, but that's behind there. As you can see, it was going to be behind there. So I'm going to click on that heart. I'm going to go up here to where it says arrange, and I'm going to send that to the back. Sending that to the back to make sure my branch is on top of that, so I can just get an idea of the position or where I want to lay that on there. So I like that, and I'm going to go over here to make. I'm going to click on make it, and once again, it's showing me my two mats. It's going to cut out this pink mat first. So after I cut my layers out, well, you got to get to the base material. You always got to set your base material. And then I'm going to click on premium vinyl. That is not the correct setting for that vinyl. But then I cut that out, and I'm just cutting out this little portion. And I'm going to use these little scraps or something else. Don't weed all that out. If it's usable, cut it off and put it to the side and use it for later. Okay, Craftiana? Please. Save your vinyl. So I'm going to weed this out. I'm taking my little weeding tool. You can find this in my Amazon storefront. Check my description box, Craftiana. So I'm just pulling that out. Then I want to pull the inside out, and we will be left with this good old pretty heart shape. Okay, if I could get it up. Come on. Come on now, pen. Pen, don't fail me now. I got to turn this material out. I was about to sing the real version. So now I'm going to move on to the next decal, my branch, and I'm just weeding this out. I'm just taking my precious time. I could have sped this up a little too bit, Craftiana. But since I got y'all attention, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on all my social medias at Brand So Crafty, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment, Craftiana. Thank you. It helps me out a bunch, and I greatly appreciate you. So I got that all weeded out. I'm going to take my transfer tape, and I'm going to lay this heart down on this wood panel first, okay? I'm going to burnish this up. I'm taking my little squeegee scraper tool, and I'm rubbing that on this transfer tape. Make sure you rub the back too. I like rubbing the back more than the front, okay? Make sure that's good and on there. And I like to pull my backing from my transfer tape. Then I'm going to lay this on here. I don't know if I mentioned this. Vinyl will only stick to smooth surfaces. It won't stick to nothing rough. It won't last, okay, Craftiana? You need a smooth surface. So I got that heart laid down. Now I'm going to go to my name branch. I'm going to rub this down up on this transfer tape. Mind you, this is the same piece of transfer tape the whole time. It's starting to lose its yank, Craftiana. It's starting to lose its yank. Okay, so I'm making sure I get that down. Make sure all my letters stay down. I don't need no pieces missing. I need everything there. So make sure you take your time and varnish good. This transfer tape had lost its stickiness because it was sticking to this wood panel, and I was using it over and over. But it's all right. It's all right. We're making it do what it do. Yeah. Ooh, word to Beyonce. So I'm making sure make sure I have everything weeded out because sometimes you forget little pieces. So I'm just gonna adjust this and put this on this heart where I want it to be. I like that position. Right there. I'm gonna burnish this down, taking my little squeegee. I'm making sure I rub that down good. Up, I didn't rub it down good enough because it's coming up. It's coming up. So I'm gonna peel that off carefully. Be careful when you're pulling it off. And while out, tada, we have 4 different name types. As you can see, that brand is on that name. And you could do it. You could do this however you want to do it, Craftiana. There's so many options on how to design a name, but this is just like the basics of it. Get into it, Craftiana. Thank you for watching. You see the 4 different Brain say, Branciana. Bye bye, homegirl. See you later.